let's talk about the basic of cryptography. So it's cryptography overview, which this topic goes hand in hand with the VPN stuff. So cryptography, it plays a very crucial role in setting up VPNs by ensuring that you have a secure and a private communication over a public or any untrusted network such as the internet, and it will protect the data from any sort of outsider doing eavesdropping, tampering your data, or might be impersonation of your data, right? So cryptography goes hand in hand for establishing a VPN between two devices, or might be two sites, right? So what are the core functions of cryptography? So the first function that you have is basically encryption technologies that cryptography uses. So the job of cryptography, basically the job of encryption process in cryptography, is to convert the plain text into unreadable ciphertext. So convert the plain text into unreadable ciphertext. Okay. Next job is to ensure that only authorized users which has the correct decryption key can access the original data. Okay, so ensures that only authorized users who has the decryption key can access the data. So what are the common encryption algorithms that cryptography technology uses? Let's write it down. So common encryption algorithms that is used in setting up VPNs. So you have got different ones. So you have got DES, 3DES. Those are older ones basically, right? So you have got DES, you have got 3DES, right? You have got AES, that is Advanced Encryption Standard, and this is basically widely used. So you'll see that AES and its various subtypes of AES are basically used. So AES, it is widely used for its speed and its security, and you have another one which is normally called as CHA-20. Alright, so it is known for its efficiency on mobile devices. Alright, step number 2 in case of your cryptography process in setting up the VPN is providing authentication. So authentication, as we know, that it will verify the identity of the communicating parties. So it should verify the identity of the communicating parties that is involved in the VPN process. So it will prevent any sort of unauthorized access, or prevent any sort of man in the middle attack. That is the major goal. So there is no eavesdropping that happens, and protocols like IPsec/TLS uses certificates. It can use pre-shared keys, right, or might be username/passwords for authentication. There are multiple ways of verifying the authentication between the two users. So let us say me and you are in a VPN session. So how do you identify with each other? So we may exchange our certificate that has been provided to us via a valid certificate authority. Let us say DigiCert. Might be it's one of the process. Second process could be we can have a pre-shared key which you can exchange and authenticate each other. Let's say my key is ABCD1234. You have the same key, so we get authenticated, and also we can use username and the password for authentication. Okay, so likewise, the third step in cryptography in the process of setting up VPN is integrity. So the word integrity is very important to ensure that data is not altered or not modified during its transmission over a VPN session. So ensures that the data has not been altered during transmission. And there are multiple integrity, basically multiple hashing algorithms can be used. So uses hashing algorithms like SHA-256 as an example I'm giving, and HMAC, and also you can use MD5 as an hashing algorithm to detect and prevent tampering of data. Okay, fourth step in case of cryptography in the VPN setup process is basically key exchange, right? So it securely exchanges the cryptographic keys over a public network. Securely exchange the cryptographic keys which is generated by the two devices. So I will have a cryptographic key which I will use to encrypt my traffic leading towards you, and likewise you will have your own cryptographic key which you will be using to encrypt your traffic and send to me, right? So this public keys which is used for encryption, so there are two keys. One is in case of asymmetric or symmetric encryption, as you can research on this further. So if it is symmetric, so we are using the same keys to encrypt and decrypt. If it is asymmetric, so I'll be using two keys. I'll be having a private key and a public key. You will be having a private key and a public key. As the name says, private keys are kept secret and it is kept local to us, but the public keys that we generate, it's shared between both of us. So I will share my public key to you, you will share your public key to me, right? And we will be using our private keys in combination with the public keys to decrypt the data. Okay, that is part of asymmetric encryption. So the whole idea is we have to securely exchange the cryptographic keys which both the sides generates for doing the encryption process, right? So there are multiple algorithms which can generate the cryptographic keys on both the side. So the common methods which is used are basically Diffie-Hellman, also called as DH, Diffie-Hellman algorithm, and you have got ECDH, which is basically another one called as elliptic curve Diffie-Hellman, okay, which is ECDH. The most popular and the common one is Diffie-Hellman, and it is very strong. So the cryptographic keys that is getting generated using the Diffie-Hellman algorithm, they're very secure, they're very strong, and it is unbreakable. So it is often combined with another feature. It is often combined with another feature called as PFS, that is perfect forward secrecy, also called as PFS, to ensure past communications remain secure even if long-term keys are compromised. Okay, so I hope you understand the concept of cryptography. So what are the different protocols you have in VPNs that is leveraged by cryptography? So the protocols that is used in cryptography technology are IPsec, which is called as Internet Protocol Security. And as we know that it operates in the network layer, it uses encryption, it uses authentication header called as AH, and it uses security association to form the IPsec peerings or tunnels between two sites, and it is used commonly in site-to-site VPN implementation, right? Very commonly used site-to-site VPN implementation, right? Another technology or another protocol is SSL/TLS. It's called a secure socket layer slash transport layer security. Okay, and it operates basically at transport layer, so it's a layer 4 protocol, and by the way it operates at layer 3, so it's an L3 protocol IPsec. It operates basically at layer 4. It is used in OpenVPN and SSL VPN. So you've got solutions like OpenVPN and SSL VPN, so it is used in those technologies. Okay, and it relies on digital certificates, generally digital certificates for encryption and for authentication. All right, so likewise you have got another protocol called as WireGuard, which is a new one, WireGuard protocol. So it is a modern VPN protocol which uses the state-of-art cryptographic primitives, and it is designed to be a simpler and a faster than your traditional protocols generally used in mobile networks. Okay, so the key takeaways that we are leveraging over here is cryptography in VPNs. It ensures that we have the CIA triad, or the CIA things maintained. So basically confidentiality, integrity, and authenticity of the data is maintained between two users in a VPN peer. It chooses stronger encryption and secure protocols, which is vital for any VPN security, and regular updates and key managements are really important to maintain a cryptographic strength time to time, right? So I hope it is clear and you understand the concept of cryptography, solutions involved, and the basics of VPNs involved over here. So thank you for watching. I will see you in the next lecture.